everyone, welcome to Remote STEM class with Mr. Dowd. So today we're going to go through and go into more depth on the 2D drawings. All right. So I don't have graph paper, so I'm doing this all in Google Drawings like I stated before. So if you had gone to this link that I posted in the Google Classroom, so it's Lesson 3, Drawing in 2D. It's by Instructables. So this will give you a very in-depth lesson on how to draw what's called an orthographic view. Okay? All an orthographic view is really just on perspectives. All right? So they're going to show you how to draw the lines out and how to make a 3D drawing into 2D. All right? So all I did was I went over to Google Drawings and I did that. So I found this picture on Google Images. So remember, I use this as a kind of like a template for myself. So I did insert, image, search from web, orthographic drawing. All right. So it's just showing you different perspectives. Okay. See how that's the front view of that camera, that's a side view. All right, let's see if I put in the staircase. I don't know if that's what I put in earlier or not. I guess not. Oh well. Anyways, you can go get a drawing of what you want to do. Just remember, type in orthographic drawing. All right. So orthographic just means different perspectives. So I went ahead and I recreated the staircase, and I showed what it looks like from the top. So that'd be just, you'd see only the top of these stairs. I did from the right side. So the right side would be this angle over. So you just see the front of the stairs, and then the front. So just the side of the stairs, really. Okay. So to make things easier for you in here, what I did was I went ahead and I zoomed in a lot. So if you go to View, Zoom, and I went to 200%. All right, 200% made it so the squares were much bigger for me to see. You can also use this button, the zoom button, to do that also. All right. And another key thing to do is if you go to View again, Snap to. You see how I have it snap to grid? You want to do that. So that way it snaps to all the squares. So when it says grid, it's referring to the squares. All right, so say if I want to go put in a line here. Okay, so if I go to manipulate this to try to recreate this top here, you see how it does, every time I move it a tiny bit, it just snaps to another corner. That's what I mean by snap. So now if I copy that and I paste that, as I move it, it's only snapping to the ends of the grid. That's what I had done. Okay. So I just did that a bunch of times. Snapped them all together. And then for the horizontal lines, so remember that's vertical, horizontal, I went ahead and you see when I get close to the edge there, it moves from like the moving mark. You see how that's the crosshatch there? To a different look. It has a black with the straight lines without the arrows. That means I can just click and I can move just that tip. So just the end piece and change it however I want. See that's still snapping though? So I can go ahead and move that right to there. Okay. And then I can just Control C, copy that. Control V to copy that one. All right. So yesterday I expected you just kind of go through this website and just kind of do a quick see what's going on kind of thing. Today I want you to be working on this. Okay, guys? I'll give you today and tomorrow, and maybe if we need more time, I'll continue on with it. Okay, guys? Anything else? Let me know. I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.
Hi Gators! Today we're going to make Rice Krispie treats. Now I looked for yellow in red food coloring because I thought I could make orange ones for Halloween, but they were all out of food coloring. So that tells me that people are really making a lot of fun stuff during quarantine. So I didn't realize, I haven't made these in so long, that they actually have frosted Crispies. Did you know that? So we're gonna try those, which is gonna make them very sweet. So we're making them from scratch. You can buy them in little packages. This is how it used to be made when I was a kid. We didn't have them in little packages. So all you need is 3 tablespoons of butter. So if you look at the butter, see how it's marked 1, 2, 3? You just go to the 3rd one and you cut it off. Okay. You put it in a large pan, and now we're going to melt the butter on the stove. So we're gonna need 6 cups of Rice Krispie cereal. And we also are gonna need marshmallows. Okay, so I started adding the Rice Krispies after I thought the video was on earlier, so apparently I must have shut it off. So this is 4 cups of Rice Krispies in the melted marshmallows and butter. I need 6 cups. So this is 6 cups of Rice Krispies. So I'm going to put my phone down so I can take it off the stove and we can go from there. Okay, so I have all of the Rice Krispies in a pan with the butter and the marshmallows. We used a bag of these marshmallows. I don't know if I caught that on the video earlier, but you can also use mini marshmallows because mini marshmallows are smaller and you need so many cups. You'd have to look at the box to see what it says. But if you didn't have the big ones, you could use mini. Sometimes the big ones aren't in the store because of s'mores. I don't know if you've ever made s'mores, but they're very popular. Maybe we can make those sometimes. We could make those indoors, s'mores. Those are yum. Or maybe I can have a fire outside and make them. Pretend like we're camping. Okay, I'm back. So I'm using a pan this size, 13 by 9, but you could use a smaller pan if you wanted it to be like thicker. And this is where it gets a little tricky. Or maybe I should just say messy. Now it's still warm, so you just have to be careful you don't burn yourself. I used to not make these that often because my kids didn't really like them. But I remember as a kid, my mom used to make them. Woo! So, it's like every time I stick the spoon in, if it gets stuck. It's all sticky. But there is a way to make it so it doesn't stick. I'll show you that in a minute. I want to get all this out. Okay. Almost done here. Okay. This is the last bunch. It's gonna be fun cleaning this pan. Ugh. My dog's sitting here. He thinks I'm gonna drop a piece. If he ever ate this, it would get stuck in his mouth. Okay. Now, you can actually put butter or margarine on your hands, or spray butter to make it so your hands won't stick as you are spreading it out. I'm gonna try that to see if it works with this. I'm using gloves because I don't like to feel the butter on my hands. It's still warm, so, but it's not hot. It's not gonna burn my hand. Ah, works like a charm. What do you know? So you could cut them now, but they probably wouldn't, they'd probably still stick together a little bit. You wanna wait till they cool off, but they look like that. And then when they firm up, you can cut them into squares. All right, see you next time.
Hi, everybody. What we're going to do today is we are going to be going over our scene writing checklist for our Starry Night scene. Your scenes are going to be due this Friday, today. Okay, so by the end of the day today, you guys are going to hit turn in on your scenes so that way I can see them. I'm very excited to read these. All right, we've been working on them for a couple of weeks, and I am just happy that you guys are going to be able to create your first scenes with me. So let's go over our scene writing checklist. We have, for the first one, do you have the time, place, and at rise at the beginning of your scene? Remember, time is the time of day. Place is where you are physically standing. All right, so where is this spot that you've decided to have this conversation with your protagonist and antagonist? And at rise, where are the characters standing on stage when the lights come up? Second, do you have an opening monologue for your protagonist? You should. You've already recorded your opening monologue on Flipgrid and you've written it out, but make sure it's in your final scene. Third, did you explain the conflict through dialogue in the scene between the protagonist and antagonist? Remember, there was a problem. These two characters were coming together because there was a problem. All right, so there should be a problem and a solution in your scene. All right. Is your dialogue written in the proper format? For example, Hansel, the character's name right there. Oops, sorry guys. Hansel, the character's name. Then you put a colon, which are these two periods on top of each other. How are you? And then you put the next character's name. Stefan, for me. I'm well, and how are you? Each time you write dialogue, you write the character's name, a colon, 2 spaces, and what they say. Character's name, colon, 2 spaces, and what they say. All right, that's our scene writing format. We've gone over that. All right, so just make sure on your checklist, all right, make sure that you are in that proper format. Okay? If you need to go back and you need to change that format because you didn't write it right, just send me a message, let me know, and I'll give you some extra time. And then finally, is your scene at least 2 pages total? All right? So when all is said and done, it should be 2 pages typed, which is about 2 minutes on stage. Every page of typed dialogue is about 1 minute on stage. So we're doing about a 2-minute scene. Now, if you've checked off all these boxes, you're ready to turn in your Starry Night scene. I'm excited to read them. All right? I can't wait to see how you bring these characters to life. And this is a great start because we're going to be doing a lot more work like this year. All right? I hope you all had fun, and I will see you on Monday. Great job, guys. Thank you.
Hi guys, this is the last part of our horse drawing project. So we started out by looking at our reference here of a baby horse, and I asked you to use shapes first to start drawing that image of the horse. Then we erased some of our lines, and then we had this image of our horse. Now today, for the last part, we're going to add some color and hopefully make it look like a little bit more three-dimensional, as if it has some form. So I am using these colors, orange, brown, white, and black. If you have crayons, that's fine too. If you don't have anything to color, you can just do some shading with a regular pencil. Okay, so that's fine too. I am going to start with my brown, and I'm going to look at my reference again. And what's important here for me now and for you when you're drawing and coloring is there's highlights here, and it just looks like the sun is shining on the horse. And there's some highlighting on the leg and a little bit on this leg. So I want to make sure that I make some areas look light in my drawing and some areas will look dark. You can see a little bit of shadow here. You can see some shadow on the side here underneath his head, a little bit on his back side, on his leg here. Okay, so we are going to keep those areas dark as well. Starting with my brown, and I'm going to go in and just start to darken the areas that I see are dark in my reference, in my picture of my baby horse. So I'm just going to darken some areas and keep some areas light. So I don't really want to get this area dark. I want to keep that light because I see in my photo that it looks like the sun is shining on him from the front, but then he's got some darker shaded areas or shadows, or you could call it darker values. So a darker value is just a darker color. It's a darker shade of a color. So we talked about value before as referring to light and dark. Okay, so like this is going to be a darker value than it will be at the front of him. And the top of his head is going to be a lighter value than the bottom of his head. So I'm using my pencil. And if you do that, if you have like one side is a little darker and then it gradually gets lighter, it starts to give the impression or the look of having form. And that's what we want to do. So still using my reference, kind of looking at him and deciding where I want it to be dark and where I want it to be light. So it looks like most of his body is a little dark. A little bit lighter on the top, so I don't want to color too dark on the very top of here. If you notice in the picture, the light seems to be shining and creating a lighter value on his body. So I'm just going to leave that area a little lighter. Now this part of his leg is darker, so I'm going to darken in there. And most of his leg, most of this back leg is dark, except for the front of the bottom part of his leg. So I'm going to leave that light, keep that a lighter value. Back of the leg can be darker, as well as this upper part of his leg. I'm just going to kind of darken over here a little bit, just to give it that look of having some form. Okay, I'm going to move in over here. It's pretty dark under him on this back leg, but then all of a sudden it gets pretty light here. And I'm just going to darken here and there. I'm going to keep the rest of that pretty light. Okay, I think under his belly is pretty dark. His fur is white, but it's still in a dark shadow. So I'm going to leave it a little lighter right there, and then darken here. So if I add some darker value here, it will give this area a little bit of, it will look like form. Like it has some shape to it, and it's not flat anymore. Okay, so now I'm moving on to this leg here. So it's darker up here, but then the front and lower part of his leg here is lighter. So I'm gonna really darken that. Keep the front top of his leg lighter. A lighter value, super light. And that other leg back there, it's pretty light, but I'm just going to do this little bit of darkening there. And just a teeny bit in here. All right, tail, dark underneath, and it's a lighter value on top. Looks like the sun is really hitting the top of his tail, I should say. All right. Up here, I'm just going to put a little bit of darkness where his mane is coming off of the back of his neck and head. Now I'm going to move on to that orange color. I know you saw me with my orange pencil. So when I look at his fur, I see an orangey brown. See some orange mixed in there. So we can blend some colors, just add a little bit of orange. So you can go ahead and color your horse. And just make sure you have some dark areas and some light areas. Some dark value areas, and then some lighter areas, light value. And I'm just giving it that little orangey brown glow. And I'm just about done. Okay, and there he is.
Hey guys, welcome back to another day of virtual PE. I'm Miss Reedy. So today we're going to end our Friday on a workout. We're going to work our shoulders. We're going to do a little bit of cardio with the butt kicks. Mr. Mean's going to work some abs with your planks, and he's going to continue to work on those push-ups. So with me, you're going to do, or both of us, you're going to do 5 sets. You're going to do 10 butt kicks, and then you're going to need your weights. So get whatever it is that you've been using, and if you don't have anything, just go get some soup or a jar of pasta that's out of a can, not glass. Anything you can think of that's creative, that adds just a little bit of weight. If you have some resistance bands, that works just as well too. So during our activity today with me, with the weights, you can choose to use it during your butt kicks, which is fabulous. I put mine down, so then for the chest extensions, you're going to hold your hands out to the side and you're going to bring them together. And you're going to do 10 of those. And then the next time around, you're going to do shoulder taps. And it's again, you're going to hold your weights in your hands, just going from your shoulder straight up and back. Everything's controlled movements, and you're not sitting there clanging things together. And you just nicely control, bring it together, pull it back, or bring them up at the same time motion and bring it back.
All right, guys and girls, it's Friday, so let's get a nice workout before the weekend, okay? So today, with me, you're going to work on your pecs, and we're going to keep doing the core, okay? You got to keep doing your core muscles, okay? It's good for your posture, it's good for your lower back, it's good to help back problems, so we're going to work that core a lot. So today, we're going to do sets of push-ups, followed by planks, okay? We're going to do sets of 10 push-ups, and we're going to get right into a 30-second plank. So now let's remember, okay, if you can't do a regular push-up, do a modified push-up. Regular push-up is your hands and your toes are your base of support, okay? Your chest, your pecs coming half-inch from the ground, nothing can touch the ground. A modified push-up is your hands and your knees are your base of support, okay? And again, make sure back is flat, and again, pecs come a half-inch from the ground, okay? Your planks, here we are on the inside of our arms and our toes, holding for 30 seconds. Now, if you're going through these sets and you're getting tired, then don't do 10 push-ups. Do 6 or 8 or go to a modified push-up, okay? If you're getting tired as we go through the sets for your core, for your planks, don't do 30 seconds. Go 15 to 20 seconds and just take the rest until the next.
10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab your weight. 10 chest extensions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Here we go. 10 push-ups, followed by 30-second plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
30-second plank. Help it out. And rest.
10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then 10 chest expansions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab your weight. 10 chest extensions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Here we go. 10 push-ups followed by 30-second plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
30-second plank. Count it out. And rest.
10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 10 chest expansions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab your weight. 10 chest extensions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Here we go. 10 push-ups followed by 30-second plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 shoulder taps. 1,
Second plank. Out and out. And rest.
10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then 10 chest expansions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab your weight. 10 chest extensions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Here we go. 10 push-ups, followed by 30-second plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10 shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 shoulder taps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
30-second plank. Out and out. And rest.
10 butt kicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then 10 chest expansions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 butt kicks. 1,
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Enrichment TV, Gators. Remember, work hard, be nice, and we'll see you tomorrow.